record, but hey, it doesn't matter. We're
Doesn't
here
matter.
and we're winning. And I see
Yes.
people rolling on in and coming in the room. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We finna have a secret conversation, y'all, and it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. So come on in the room, ladies. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Give us some love. Big shout out to Sabrina, Crystal, Lisa, Norris, Redina. We love it. 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 Well, we don't want to delay any further, right? So I'm just going to get started. Let me just say, welcome to another episode of Sacred Conversations. I am your host, Andrew Booth, and this is a sacred space for empowered women to empower women to know who and whose they are. Okay? And it's been a minute, y'all. It's been a minute, but I feel so good. I feel at home. I feel excited to be in front of your beautiful faces again, to have a sacred conversation, because it's that time of the year, y'all. It's that time of the year. I smell love in the air. Not that love isn't in the air all the time, but we know that this is a special time of the year where we celebrate love. We celebrate love. And this is a special edition of Sacred Conversations, because we want to celebrate the single sweethearts, all the single sweethearts. And yes, we are asking all of you in this moment if you could just share this live video with your Facebook community. If you could just take a moment and share this live video with your Facebook community, because we want to touch every single sweetheart that we can. We can't do that by ourselves. We need your help. So if in this moment you could just click the share button, invite all your single friends. Don't leave them out on the goodies tonight. Okay? There's enough booze out there for all of us. Okay? So please share this live, because we want all the single sweethearts to be touched, moved, and inspired by this live video. I am so excited and I am so on fire. I love you guys. I feel the love. So thank you in advance for sharing this live video. Thank you so, so much. All right. And as you can see, I am not by myself. I am not by myself, ladies. I am here with a special guest, and I just want to formally introduce her, if you don't mind. Her name is Suzette Vearnon, better known as the Relationship Solutionist. She is the founder and creator of the music math approach to dating and relating, y'all. Okay? I bring y'all nothing but the best here on Sacred Conversations. She is also author of 3 books, The Sound of My Life, The Sound of My Soul, and Protecting Your Emotional G-Spot. Ladies, I know y'all know something about that. And if you don't know, now you'll know, okay? In these books are insights that amplify your inner expert, and Suzette serves as an accountability partner in your quest for fulfillment. For most of her life, she has brought the music math mindset into everything she has done. Without it, she would not have survived a childhood of emotional bankruptcy and repeated offenses against her voice and her value. It was her ear for music that tuned in to what was off pitch in her life. It was her mathematical mind that figured out what didn't add up. By applying these music and math principles to her life, she discovered a higher dream, and that music plus math equals a happier you. Ladies, she has amazing solutions for women who are over 30 and hating it, as well as women who are struggling to date after a divorce. She is also a statistic buster, y'all, okay? At the age of 55, she married the man of her dreams. So all of y'all who are over 30, 40, feeling like your biological clock done ticked out, statistics be darned, okay? There's still hope, and there's still a chance for you to meet the man of your dreams. And most of all, Suzette is very special and dear to me because I participated in one of her workshops, not once, but twice. Okay? And all this enoughness that you see here talking to you, Suzette has played a pivotal part in my growth and development. And I'm so grateful for her. Her workshop has transformed my life. And I would suggest each and every woman, single sweetheart who is listening to the sound of my voice, to definitely participate in the Enough virtual workshop. It'll blow your mind. It'll change your life. And you'll definitely attract the right man. Okay? So, without further ado, here is Suzette Vearnon. Say hi to the people.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I see some wonderful people. I see some people that I don't know, and I see some that I do. Happy Valentine's Day Eve to everybody. I am so grateful to be here. I have been excited about these sacred conversations with Renee. She is my heart, and I'm just excited to be joining her. I'm so glad that she asked me to join her and to share some things with you that are going to help revolutionize the way that you see yourselves and the way you see dating and you see relating and hopefully the way you see Valentine's Day.
Yes. Yes. Yes, singles, we want to let you know that we see you, we hear you, and you matter. I'm going to say that again. We want to let you know that we see you, we hear you, and you matter to us. Yes. And Suzette, I just want you in this moment, if you could just share your story or a bit of your story with the ladies so they just so that they know that you didn't just wake up and have it all together, right?
Oh my goodness. No, I did not. And I'm so grateful to share with you all ladies. I think if anybody would look at my life, they would agree with the statistics. You know, the statistics that say a woman that's college educated over 30, you know, the opportunities or the attraction or her biological clock is ticking, whether she'd be attracted to me and tends to go down. That's what the statistics say. Because I'm African American, I'm over 50. I am, as I sit here now, I am 58 years old and twice divorced and had filed bankruptcy after the second divorce and all these different factors, right? They said, okay, because of all these different things, the statistics look really bad on whether I would even find love or keep a man if I found it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a very good track record. And I mean, even a lot of us have heard the statistics. You know, there are so many men to one woman. The older you get, you know, it's attractive, you know, all these different things. And so if that had been a dictate, I shouldn't be married. And not just married, I shouldn't be happily married. It didn't just happen. I worked hard for this. You know, there are people out there that heard my story and said, oh, we're so happy for you. Maybe it'll happen for me. And I'm like, oh, it didn't just happen. It didn't just fall on me like rain. It wasn't that I was walking along doing my thing and all of a sudden, bam, you know, I just happened to see him across a crowded room and, you know, lights, camera, action. It wasn't nothing like that, y'all. It wasn't nothing like that. I had to work very, very hard on myself. And not just on myself as a person, as a contributor to society, you know, the whole maturity thing, the whole self-help thing, the whole getting spiritually connected thing. But I had to work on myself as a relator.
Wow.
I was not good at relationships with men. And I had to confront the fact that in all of the relationships that I had, I was the common denominator. So blaming all these other guys after a while got old. And
Mm-hmm.
after a while, I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, wait a minute, what's going on with you
Mm-hmm.
that causes you to keep attracting unavailable men? And not only attracting them, right? But
Mm-hmm.
even if they weren't that attractive, I was attracted to them like a moth to a flame. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to understand there was something in me that whatever man I got involved with, whatever garden variety it was of it, he was unavailable, emotionally unavailable. And so I had to have one of those moments where you look and you say, I'm starting to notice, I'm starting to notice something here.
Yes.
and and I had to put my pride aside, put my ego aside, put
Mm-hmm.
my appearance, the way I wanted to appear and all that. I had to put that aside and get real with myself. And I had to face the fact that despite all the relationship books I read, despite all these different things I was trying to do on my own, I could not do it on my own. So I went to a relationship coach, and she helped me to see my distorted ways of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
She helped me see some patterns, some disconnects,
Mm-hmm.
some habits, some values, some beliefs that were manifesting in this unavailable man energy that I
Yes.
kept attracting into my life. So it took a lot of work. It took a lot of getting honest. It took a lot of telling myself the truth, even when it was hard.
Yeah.
It took a lot of allowing somebody else to see that I wasn't as together as I tried to put on. And I really rolled up my sleeves and I did the work and I started allowing myself to be taught something different than
Mm.
I had been raised to think and things that were modeled for me. I had to allow a space to understand, you know what? What you might have been taught, the values you've been holding, the beliefs you've been holding, it might be something wrong with it because guess what? It's not getting you the true love and true partnership that you want.
Yes.
I had to kind of get to this point where I had to divorce my story, divorce that
Ooh,
pain, divorce
I
that
love that.
ego driven story, and allow myself to become humble enough to be taught something different. Was it easy? No. It took me until I hit about age 50
Wow.
before I really started connecting the dots in a different way
Mm-hmm.
and holding myself accountable to practicing it until it became more real to me.
Mm.
So yeah, it takes something because Andrew, no, Nay, the older that we get, it isn't that our pain goes away. I think we become very better at masking it or better at telling ourselves that we're doing a good job of masking it. We become better at pushing it down. We become better at compensating for it.
Uh-huh.
We become better at that, or at least we think we are. With our girls, oh yeah. But the litmus test is what happens when we're in a relationship with a man. That's what really reveals just how healed we really are.
That is the truth.
Ain't it
That
true?
is so the
It's
truth.
the truth. It's the truth. Because you can think you're all that. And it's fine until you're challenged, until you are with someone that brings up all the stuff And God knows, I love my brothers. Y'all have a gift. You have a gift.
They just know how to bring it up.
They know how to bring it up, honey.
They know how to bring it up.
Anxieties, insecurities,
Yes.
everything, things that you thought were over and done, it comes back. You know why? Because it went down into us and it got suppressed, but it never got resolved. It never got healed. It never did.
Yes.
And so it comes back up. And so that was what I had to work. I had to work to the point that I got myself to a point that I could be in a relationship and allow my husband to heal me along the way.
Wow.
I had to get to a certain point of clarity, openness, willingness. I had to get to a certain point of doing all I could with what the resources that were there for me. And then when I met my husband, he's taking me the rest of the way. But I had to give him something to work with.
So, Suzette, I got to ask you this question. What are one of the stories that you had to release? What were one of the stories that you kept rewinding and telling yourself that you had to let go? Can you think of something?
Oh, yes, I can. One of the stories that I had to let go was that I was not enough as myself.
Dig a little bit deeper with that.
Sure, because I mean, and I'm sure a lot of the high-performing, smart, beautiful women that are listening to us right now, I'm sure you all can co-sign on this. And maybe some of you that may be of a different hue, you might have a whole different understanding.
Right.
But in my family and in my culture, I was raised to believe that I had to be 10 times better than my fairer-skinned constituents.
Wow.
They worked 10 times harder to get what came to them easily. I had to work 10 times harder to be worthy of what they had, what they got inherently. And that carried over into my relationships with men. So if you were to add a music math, or let's say a math equation to it, the model for me was love equal performance. If you perform well, you're loved. If you don't get it right, if you don't perform well, if you don't love him right, if you don't give him what he needs, if you don't meet whatever modicum he set, whatever bar he set, then you're not enough. And so the biggest story was I had to work hard for a man to love me.
Wow.
I had to perform well for him to love me. And if it didn't work out, it was something I did wrong.
Wow. And there goes the blame game. And then with the blame game, then the beating up on the self.
And I ended up having a lifetime of trying to get it right and trying to figure out. So if he said, you know, you talk a lot, you just talk too much, then my brain goes, okay, so if I talk too much and that made John Doe leave me, then the next man that comes, I won't talk as much because of performance. I didn't perform well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so many of us adjust based on what we think a man wants, what he tells us he's looking for. We try. You hear a lot of people saying, well, how do I do this? How do I get him to do this? How do I get him to do that? Or the other side is, should I? Should I tell him this? Should I do this? Should I do the other? And when people go into the how do I's and the should I's, I know they have not done the work to figure out that they are enough. Because they're still trying to figure it out. How
Yes.
can I earn? How can I earn it?
Yes.
How can I earn it? And then after I've earned it, how do I keep it?
Jesus.
How do I keep him? How do I keep him from being distracted? How do I keep him from looking at that other woman and wanting that other woman? How do I do it? And you spend so much of your time being so focused on him, you lose you.
Yes. And you know what's so funny, Suzette? I remember going to an event where men were on the panel, and women were asking. There were single women asking them all sorts of questions, and I remember most of them saying, "What does it take? What does a woman have to do for her to win your heart?" And do you know what all of them said? Be
What?
yourself. And it was almost like the ladies couldn't believe it. They were like, "What do you mean be yourself?" They just said, "Just be yourself." And that's what
And
men
that's the
want.
and you know what's interesting though, and I don't know if this is true for everybody else, but in that whole equals performance thing,
Mm-hmm.
knew that at a certain age I was tired of performing. I
Whew.
was tired. I was tired of it. But this was the thing, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how not to perform because I had no concept of what it meant to be me in a relationship with a man. I
Wow.
had no concept. I didn't know how to bring the real me to a relationship with a man. I didn't know how. I knew I was tired of pretending, but
Yes.
I was so wired. I mean, think about it. When we're
Mm-hmm.
little girls, what are we told? Baby, you need to learn how to cook. You need to learn how to
Yes.
keep house. You need to learn how to do all this stuff. Why do you need to learn it? Because you're going to get married one day. You're going to have a husband. This is going to help you keep your man. From the time we are almost able to figure out who we are, before we even know who we are,
True.
this is put on us. And so we have a lifetime of performing. And
Yes.
so when somebody says, just be authentic, just be yourself, we like, yeah, rah, rah, sis, boom, bah. And then we get home by ourselves and we think, but what is that?
What does it look like?
What does it look like? And so what we think, then we go to the other extreme
Mm-hmm.
and thinking, well, this is just me. I
Yes.
come from a whole family of strong women. This is just me.
Mm-hmm.
I do this. This is just me. But you know what? The other side of it is a lot of things that we have adopted as us are nothing more than our pain and the way we have learned to be in the world to keep from being hurt. But
Yes.
it's not who we really are. It's not who we really are. And the thing about it is, the only way you're going to attract a man who loves you for who you really are is you got to figure out who you really are.
Ding. Seriously. So it comes right
Who,
back to us. It comes right back to us.
who
Who am I?
are you? And it's funny because if when a person asks you, this is so good. When a
It is.
person asks you, who are you? Do you struggle? Because you're so used to defining yourself by what you do.
Oh,
Do
yes.
you know? Do you really know who you are? If we were to take everything from you, your title, your role, if we were to take everything from you, who are you? And the second question is, why would a man want to spend his life with you? Why? And if you can't answer that from a soul connected,
Mm.
heart connected place, then you are going to continue to attract men who are going to judge you by your performance.
Wow.
And even if a man comes into your life that loves you for who you are, you don't know the who you are that he loves.
Oh, Jesus. Suzette. So, Suzette, for the woman who is listening right now, the high-performing woman, I'm sure it's resonating with her right now in this moment. She's thinking, where do I start? How do I begin?
Oh my God.
Where do I start?
Oh, and that is a wonderful question. And I see it resonating. I see all the
Do you
likes
see
and
the hearts?
resonating, y'all. Because we got to get free.
Yes.
We got to get free to love.
Free to love.
Unapologetically and from the heart.
Yes.
Without psychoanalyzing and hyper analyzing and contorting and all these different things that we do to ourselves. Before and the thing about it is we betray ourselves before a man ever does. We're the first to betray ourselves because we don't know we're enough.
Yes.
We don't know. So what is that first thing?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you have to do is abandon your lids. And I have an acronym for lids. L period, I period, D period, S period.
Mm-hmm.
L, limitations.
Mm.
I, ideologies.
Yes.
And your ideologies, what mama said, what daddy said, what your girlfriends say, what everybody knows. Things that people tell us, and it's like, but where did you get that from? Who told you?
Yes. Who told you?
And what lie? The lies we believe. And people tell us things based on what they believe is true. And our parents, I'm sure, were trying to protect us. But that was mama's. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's mine.
Yes.
We have to. And then the D, disconnects.
Mm-hmm.
The disconnects are, and I hear it all the time, and I had to confront myself on it. But people say, what do you want? I want true partnership, true love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I accept different from that. I accept less than that. And even because he's attractive, I'll go after him and try to make him into that, even if that's not who he is. The disconnect between what I say I want and what I settle for or run after.
Yes.
Gotta lose it. And the S, the stories. The stories we've made up that have made us, that have convinced us that we are the victims, that have convinced us that we have scapegoated men and say they can't be trusted, when the real crux of the matter is we don't believe we can be trusted.
Whoa, that's heavy.
Stories, sexy stories, believable stories, stories that make it seem like we are so in tune with our spiritual. We can take the Bible and end up using it to make an excuse.
Yes.
For not showing up as who we really are and for not doing the work to figure out who that person is. So we got to lose those lids.
Lose them.
To shoot our sacred cow and bury it.
Yes.
We got to be willing to stop being a part of the group, this kind of pain, codependent group of women that support each other's lack of showing up and make men the reason for it.
Yes.
So in other words, we got to change what we see and how we see it. So how do you change what you see and how you see it? You get around someone that see it differently.
Yes.
And that's the reason I had to go to a relationship coach. Because yes, coaches need coaches.
Yes.
They do. Coaches need coaches. I had to go to a relationship coach. Yes, spend my money. Yes.
Talk about it.
coach, yes. And let her reveal to me my blind spots, yes. And let her help me to debunk my anger distortions, yes. I had
Yes.
to do it because you can't do it on your own, ergo, blind spot.
Blind. You can't
If
see it.
you see it on your own, it wouldn't be a blind spot.
Exactly.
So you got to go to somebody.
Hmm.
And the thing about it, it's troubling to me. It's troubling to me that we will justify putting thousands of dollars into how we appear. How do
Yes.
we want to appear to have it all together, but aren't willing to spend $50 on becoming the change we want to see, becoming whole.
Yes.
And you'll tell, oh, that costs too much. But wait a minute, sweetheart, your weave costs about at least how much?
It's so true.
We have our values. And don't get me wrong, baby, if you can afford it, swing it.
Yes.
Color it, slick it to the side. Do you? But don't let it be a false representation of who you are. Don't
Yes.
put so much energy on the external, which is going to fade away the older you get.
It is.
And get down to really what makes you enough.
Yes.
It's an inside job.
It's an inside job. And we can't run away from it.
Dang,
You know, we
can't
try
do
to
it.
mask it with a good hairdo, the right foundation, the right lipstick, the right outfit. But
Yep. Or another guy. Or
yes.
we'll by, strong woman. Let me emasculate him. That makes me feel better about myself. Let me wave in front of him the things that I've done on my own. And please hear me in context.
Mm-hmm.
I am all for the strong woman. And anybody who's been around me knows I am not a follower
Right.
in any way, shape, or form. But when it came to men, I didn't know it was okay for me to be me. I didn't know it was okay. And so even though I try, and then because me being who I am, I would mess up. I'd say too much. I'd do something, and it's like, oh God, I messed up because I could never walk in single file, and I could never color inside the lines. I always kept failing at that kind of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
then the thing about it, then what would happen is I'd beat myself up in my private moments.
Yes.
Myself up. Why couldn't you just keep that to yourself? He was doing the best he could. Why couldn't you
Mm-hmm.
accept? Why couldn't you? And so I beat myself up and try to be somebody different because I had not come to honor
Mm-hmm.
the unique and fearful and wonderful way, not this was made, but that was made.
Yes.
My heart,
Yes.
my way of being, what I need to thrive, what I need to be okay. My own unique thumbprint, God's unique thumbprint in me that I'm living out. I didn't know. I didn't know beyond church. I didn't know beyond church lingo what that was.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know beyond what somebody told me the Bible meant by what it said about me, what it was. I didn't know. And I was not in an environment that supported me being me. My family loved me as best I could, but I always felt like I was from another planet.
I can so relate.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
only time I got any kudos was based on how well I could perform in accordance to what
Performance.
you and if
Performance.
I did anything that was different from that, I was doomed to go to hell.
Yes.
Doesn't leave much room for self-discovery.
No.
Doesn't leave much room for figuring out the divine presence of God in you uniquely. That He looks
Mm-hmm.
forward because he made nobody like you.
Mm.
Doesn't allow very much room for that. So it was a journey that
Yes.
I had to unlearn a whole lot of stuff. I had to unlearn a lot of stuff that I'm sure some of my sanctified friends would be like, oh, ooh, ooh, the blood, the blood, the blood.
Yes.
I had to disconnect from a whole, excuse me, from a whole lot of stuff so that I could find God inside of me. Because
Mm.
I could not find him inside of me. Everything that was me, I was told was not God, was not good enough for him, was not. But then when I got by myself, when I got disconnected from all of that,
I'm raising my hand.
I know, girl, that's when I was able to see him, not out here, but in here.
Ooh.
He loved me to the point.
Mm.
He loved me in all of my flaws, in
Yes.
all of my not being able to walk straight line, in
Mm-hmm.
all of my speaking out of turn, in all of me challenging the things that I was taught and told I was wrong for doing it. Everything that I was told was wrong about me, he told me was right about me.
Woo!
And when he made that clear to me, I knew I had no other choice. It was my worship. It was my gratitude. It was everything that he was in me that I had to bring the authentic
Yes.
into my dating life.
Mm-hmm.
I had to show up. I had to be committed to showing up no matter what the man did. I had to be committed to showing up in his image, in with my humor,
Yes.
with my joyful life, not with all those walls up, because see, the walls came down. When
Yes.
you realize that you're enough, there is nothing to hide.
Yes.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
Because you trust yourself. You trust your intuition. You trust yourself to know if things don't add up. You trust yourself to figure it all out. You trust yourself that even if it's wrong to him, or even if you get it wrong, you friends with that part of you too. So what?
Yes.
Okay, all right. If he's not willing to give me another chance, okay, not the right one. Next, next, because the right one, it was either be the right one or it was gonna be no one. I was not gonna fake being anything else. I just won't gonna do it. And when I got to that point, y'all, something beautiful happened.
Yeah.
Something that, I now understand how people write the love songs that they write.
Mm.
The old school love songs.
Yes.
Get it. Because the guys I dated that were unavailable told me, Suzette, you too much into fairy tales. This Cinderella stuff, girl. You need to lose this fairy tale. Ain't no man all that. Well, let me report that my Robert is all that
Yes.
and more, and more. So, whatever great love is for you,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is for you, trust that the only way you're going to truly receive it
Mm-hmm.
is got to be you getting clear about who you are.
Get clear.
Got to get clear.
Get clear
Got to
about who
get.
you are. Yes.
Got to get. Got to get clear.
Gotta get clear.
Yeah. Woo!
Listen, y'all. We just ate. We just ate a filet mignon. Okay. Was she not just serving us the goods on tonight? Ah, this was good. This was so good. This was so good. This was so good. So, ladies, with all this good stuff, I'm sure some of you have some questions for Miss Suzette, or maybe not, because listen here, I'm feeling so full. I'm feeling so full. Like, how y'all feeling?
Woo.
Wow.
Yes, powerful. Yes.
They're
Yes.
agreeing. I see Lisa saying, committed,
Yes.
responsible, and accountable. Amen.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
This is amazing. Powerful. People are saying thank you. Yes. We see the fire sign. So yes,
Yes.
y'all. This is
Yes.
this is the truth. This is the truth. And
It's the truth.
we have to be willing to be honest with ourselves.
Oh,
Honest
worthy.
with
Yes.
ourselves, to get clear and really take responsibility. Stop blaming
Yes.
and pointing the fingers outward, but really coming home and getting in touch with who we are, being clear and understanding that we are enough just as we are. And the right man is
Yes.
going to see you perfect and enough just as you are. You don't have to pretend. You could be yourself and you feel
Yes.
at home. You'll feel at
Yes.
home.
Yes.
Wow, ladies. Wow.
Yes.
Yes. Honesty equals growth. Someone says
Yes.
enlightened. Margaret Jones says worthy. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm so
Yes.
happy that you ladies are really catching this. Because what
Mm.
Suzette is putting down is some good stuff. Catch it, take it. We may even do a part 2 because this is really, 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 really good, ladies. This is really, really good. Let me take a look at the time and see how much time we have left here. It's
We're doing.
9:51, and before we make our special announcements, that I want you to let the ladies know where they can find you on Facebook, on social media, because I'm sure there are some ladies here who need a coach. Ladies, listen, we have to invest in ourselves. We have to invest in our personal development and growth. Yes, it's okay to look great on the outside, but it's no good if we don't invest on what's on the inside. And you don't have to do it alone. Suzette is here to support you. So, Suzette, where can they find you, Suzette?
Oh, wow. For you all that want to be my friends, and I love friends,
Yes.
my Facebook is www.facebook.com.
Mm-hmm.
Is it front slash, backslash, whatever that slash
Backslash.
means? Okay. Suzette dot Hinton, Hinton.
Yes.
And for those of you that want my business page, where I kind of am in this whole coaching, authoring
Mm-hmm.
sphere, then it's www.facebook.com/your coach Suzette. So that's how you can find me on Facebook. My
Mm-hmm.
website is www.suzettesolutions.com. And that's where I've got quite a few different websites, but that one right there is the one that I think brings everything together,
Yes.
brings everything full circle about being enough, your enough factor, the music math approach to dating and relating. That all of that, it just kind of brings it all into content, text,
Mm-hmm.
and helps you understand what led to all of that, the
Yeah.
discovery that led to all of that. So that's how people can find me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ladies, please reach out to Suzette. You can also add her as a friend. She's tagged in this video, and I will be posting the links in this live so that it's easy for you to just click, contact her, get a coaching one-on-one session, attend her virtual workshops. She is amazing. I'm telling you, I took one of her workshops, not once, but twice. That's how good it was. And I felt so comfortable. It was a judge-free space. And I felt comfortable enough to really share my pain. And my feelings were not, they felt valid in that space. And I was able to get clear, ladies. So trust me, trust me, trust me. I can't say it enough. Please, please reach out, because I know that you are over ready for the man of your dreams. You are over ready. He's out there, and he's just waiting on you to get clear on who you are. Okay? And we want nothing but the best for you, ladies. So, at this time, it's 9:54. We come to the most exciting time of our conversation, where Suzette is going to make the special announcement of the evening. Suzette, it's in your hands.
Wonderful. For many of you, I don't know if you know about it, and some of you do, I've been having a Celebrate a Single Sweetheart campaign going on for quite a few time. And the whole premise of the Celebrate a Single Sweetheart was to celebrate women, single women over 30, who oftentimes around Valentine's Day get overlooked unless they have a boo in a committed relationship or a husband. And so I wanted to show great love, because great love includes all those wonderful things, but is not limited to what a man buys you.
Amen.
Or how a man treats you on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And so we had a campaign where people nominated either themselves, because they're wonderful like that, and or serving single woman over 30. And I am proud to announce we did a drawing. It wasn't anything that I had anything to do with. I recused myself because I wanted it to be completely unbiased. And so the names were drawn randomly, and I am proud to announce our 4 winners of the Celebrate a Single Sweetheart, who are going to have a special gift delivered directly to their door on tomorrow, Valentine's Day. They're going to have a special delivery to their door. Yes!
Yes!
And I've seen a couple, at least one person who was on this call tonight, but they are Angela Bowie of Kinston, North Carolina. That's Eastern North Carolina, where I grew up. K-Town. Also, Regina Thomas. She was on the call tonight from Port Wentworth, Georgia. Also, Latrell Jenkins from Knightdale, North Carolina.
Yes.
And not least, Cheryl Douglas from Brooklyn, New York.
Woo!
These are
Come on, ladies, let's give some hearts to our single sweetheart winners. We are so excited about your special delivery. We are so excited to make you feel special on this Valentine's Day.
Thank you so much. She's one of the winners.
We see the heart.
One of the winners. Yes.
I see them. Yay, Cheryl. Yes, Regina. Awesome.
Emails, because I sent the winners some details. I've been, you know how they track Santa Claus? When, like, I have been tracking you all's delivery. And I've been getting notifications. It has left the station. So your deliveries are on the way. You will get them tomorrow. Yes.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Well, ladies, this was amazing. This was such an amazing live. And I feel like there's just so much more. So, ladies, we are definitely going to schedule an encore. We're definitely going to schedule a part 2, because this is really a loaded conversation. And so much more we can get out of it, and where we can grow from. Right? Because ultimately we want you to be you, authentically you, unapologetically.
Yes.
Suzette, if you could just leave just a few words with our single sweethearts before we sign off? You can go on ahead and do that right now.
Oh man, I just want to say it's what keeps coming to my mind, ladies. And I hope Facebook doesn't get mad at me. But all I keep hearing in my heart is, don't go changing to try to please me. And I don't know the rest of the song, right?
Ooh.
Love you just the way you are. So that's what I want to leave you with. I love you just the way you are. Now let's go figure out who she is so you can love her too. That's her.
I love it. I love it. Ladies, thank you so much for tuning in, for your love, for sticking with us through the whole entire live, for your presence, for your just sharing your comments, your love. I felt your energy through this live, and we so appreciate you. We love you, and have an amazing Valentine's. Bye, ladies. Take care. Mwah. Thank you, Suzette. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andre.
Love you, hon. Bye.
Love you.